Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Mortoti here. So in this video, we are going to be taking inputs from the user. Okay, so we have to be taking input from the user and stuff like that. And in C++, before we took input and stuff like that, you remember we're having some stuff like include IO stream and stuff like that. So we're importing the input and then the output class from the C++ library. Okay, so in Java 2, we have to import them from the Java library. So we'll have it at the top, import java.util. So from Java, inside the utility library, we're importing the scanner class. Okay, that's very good. So we have it here. Now I can go ahead and do our stuff. But then, unlike other programming languages, we cannot just go ahead and start taking inputs. Okay, for Java, you have to create an object first. Don't be confused by the name of objects and stuff like that. It's something very simple. Okay, and I'm going to demonstrate it to you for you to get to know what it is. So we call the scanner class, or the scanner that we imported here, and then we have to give our object a name. Okay, so let's say scanner. Okay, some people will be using inputs for the object A, but then the standard practice is to use was scanner. So scanner, but then this one, the S is small letter. Okay, it's called to new because I created a new one. And we call that scanner again. And inside this, we have system.in. Please don't see this to be so complicated. It's very simple. Just you can memorize it in your head, but then just know that this is the name of your object. You can memorize the rest. Okay, that's very good. So this is what you have to do before you're able to take inputs. I get to me. That's great. But then there's something in Java that you should know. Anytime you create an object or a scanner object, you should close it. If you don't close it for now, you might not be having any issues. But then as time goes on, when you start building complex stuff, you see that your application will start fooling. Okay. So we have to close it. So we call the name of what? Of our object. So scanner.close. With our parentheses, of course. And then now inside this, we can take the input from the user and do whatever that you want to do. Edit me. So right now, let's start. First of all, I want to take the name. Okay, the name of the user. So I have to create the variable, right? I have to say, so you have string name. Now I'm not going to do equal to blah blah blah, okay, because I just want to declare it. Okay, this is called declaration. But then when you give it a value, that's when it becomes initialization. Okay, yeah. Then we give it this. Now you can go ahead and then print the user that he or she should enter the name. So please enter your name. Good. Now you can go ahead and take the input. So how do you take the input? So we want to store whatever the user will type inside the name variable, right? So the name will now be equal to, then we call the scanner object scanner, right? But they can do next. Okay, scanner.next. Okay, now this has some limitations, but then I'll explain it to you later. So good. Now let's go ahead and then print whatever that we got inside the name. So you go ahead and then print what name, right? So we take the inputs from the user and then we print it. I get to me. Good. But then let me run this. There, please enter your name. Let's enter Mortoti, and I get Mortoti printed for me. Okay. Now, if you watch my previous video, we talked about concatenation, so I will use that here. My name is, then I'll leave the space, I'll concatenate and bring the name. Okay. So now let's run this. When you run this, you're going to get what? This, I have to type my name, Mortoti, and then we get my name is what? Mortoti. Good. But then I said that this has some limitations. Okay. So let me run it and then let me show you what that limitation is. What if I type Mortoti Jeffler? It says my name is Mortoti and then you forget about what? The Jeffler. If you really remember C++ well, you will notice that the say-in was given us something similar. So we have to use the get line to take inputs. So just like that, this is how it's working. When you use the next, okay, scanner.next, the next would take every time it sees, but as soon as it gets to a space and it will stop. So when I do this and I type my name to be Mortoti Jeffter, okay, the next will read the Mortoti, but then as soon as it sees this space, it will stop. So it will not read what? The Jeffter. Okay, so see, right? So it will not read this. It just thinks only one word. Okay, if you want only one word, they can go ahead and use what? The next. What if I want to take a whole sentence or stuff like that? Instead of the next, we have to use nextLine. You have to use what? nextLine. So right now, let me show you if I write the Mortoti Java and see what's going to happen. So when I run this now and I do Mortoti Java, I guess my name is Mortoti Java. Okay. So that's the difference between the next and then the next line. The next is taking only one word, but then the next line would take a lot. I get it. Good. What if I do the same thing, but I want to take the age? Let's wait. So let me show you. Let's say I have int age, okay? I declare it and I print it to the user that, oh, okay, please enter your, okay, please enter your age. Good. And then I take it. So I'll have age to be equal to, then my scanner object dot, within next, right, at first, okay? Now you see, I'm getting error. Okay, why am I getting error? In the first one, we used what? Nest, and then we didn't get any error. Now let's go back and look at the error. They are getting incompatible as types. Found java.lang.string. Don't worry about that. So it's basically this. The next and then the next line is used for taking the input from which are strings, okay? Which are what? Strings. But then if you take integer, you can't use next or next line. You have to use nextInt. Okay, so we use nextInt for taking what? Integer values. You see that this one has stopped. Okay, yeah, so if you want to take integer values, you use what? NextInt. What if I want to take boolean? I'll use nextBoolean. Notice that the first this one is what? Capitalized. Good. If I want to take double, I'll use what? Next and then what? Double. I get to me. That's very good. So let me demonstrate it to you very well. So I have the age to be equal to scanner dot this one. So you can now go ahead and then print it to the user. So I can have this. I am, you have age, yes, good, right? Age, good. Then I'll concatenate again. Like I said, if you didn't watch my previous video on concatenation, watch it so that you know why I'm using this plus plus. And then we have what? Yes, good, good. So let's run this and see how it's working. We run this and then we type in our age to be what? Let's say 29. And then get I am 29 years old. Okay. So this is how we can take the integer words input. I get me. Now look at something. When I run this, okay, and I want to take the input, it's on the next line, it's not on this line. If I start typing, it goes there, even if I put it there. Okay, why? Because I'm using what? The print ln. Like I said in our previous videos, that moves the cursor to the next line. It doesn't really bother or do anything bad for us. But then what if I want to take my input on the same line? Okay, so that's what I want to do is that I see the question here and then I'll have to type like this one here. Okay, what if I want to do that? Oh, it's very simple. Okay, it's not a big deal. I get to me. It's not a big deal. So all that I have to do is simple. It's just to, instead of using the ln, I'll just do print. Okay, so now let me run it and see what's going to happen. So now when I run this, I get please enter age, and I'll be able to type it here. So 90. Okay, and I'm 98 years old. So this is how you can also what? Do that. Now let's show you one last example. And that is with what? The double. Okay. So let's take a double. Double, what should I be used? Let's say CWA. Okay. So we have CWA to be double, right? So you have double and then CWA. We declare it and then we print it to results to enter your CWA. Okay, so please enter your CWA. Okay, I want it on the same line, so I'll remove the ln and do just print. Good. And now to take the input, so my CWA will be equal to my scanner dot is double, so I have to use what? nextDouble. Okay, nextDouble. Good. So now this takes the input for me, so I can print it. So see out. Then you have my CWAS. Then I can concatenate and bring what? CWA. Good. So now let's run this. When I run this, I get please enter CWA. Now see there is no space here. It's because I didn't leave any space here. So I'll leave that space and I'll end this and I'll run it again. Okay. So now let's run this. Good. You have it nicely. My CW, let's say I type in, let's say 49. Okay. Now I get my CW is what 49 point what 0. Are you getting me? Yeah, that's very good. So that's how we take input from the user. Okay. Now there is one thing that you should know, and I will explain that in this video. With the nextInt, when you are working with the nextInt, you have to be very, very careful. Okay. Hey, that's something called the ghost input. The ghost input. So I'll talk about that in the next video. So please feel free to drop all your questions in the comment section. Okay. And then please subscribe to us so that I drop the next video, you will be able to see it. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.